And let's keep these pitches going with Flowy. Flowy is building AI-powered digital transformation tools to commoditize frictionless automation. Accounting and financial management student David is pitching today. Come on up, David.
Oh, yeah. I hope my head doesn't block any of the screen today. Companies could save up to 70% of their fixed costs through process automation. We're talking about using software to automate away the repetitive work found in all businesses, like accounts payable, accounting and finance, and human resources. In fact, more than 80% of companies today believe that process automation is essential in remaining competitive over the next decade, which is why spending in the market has exploded and is set to more than double in the next 2 years. At the same time, however, less than 20% of companies have been successful in their automation efforts. Well, why is that? Because before you can automate, you need documentation. And actually producing this documentation is harder than you would think. Here's how we're doing it today. We're hiring teams of consultants to come in and spend months interviewing users and management before manually creating pieces of process documentation that can often be outdated and often inaccurate. In fact, companies spend 10 times the amount on these consultants than they do the actual software. And inaccuracies cause about 30% of projects to fail on the first try. Well, we at Flowy have a solution. We are creating software that will automatically generate process documentation for your business in a way that's highly accurate and cost-effective. Here's how we do it. Our software tracks the actions that users perform on screen. Over time, we can detect the repeated patterns and workflows and then automatically populate a piece of process documentation with it. In our initial tests, we've been able to capture 100% of user actions and then distill them into the most commonly frequented workflows before populating into an easy-to-understand flowchart. We believe that this software could save companies up to 75% of the time and cost it takes to automate. But I know what you're thinking. There must be competition. And in the process automation space, there is. But these companies are focused on implementation, on the actual building and programming and deployment of the software, not on the process documentation aspect. At Flowy, we're flipping that around. We're 100% committed to using all the tools available into producing the best, most comprehensive, and most cost-effective process documentation for our companies, and we'll leave the implementation to somebody else. Now, so far, that strategy has gotten us some really great feedback. And we have 2 demos in our pipeline, as well as a letter of intent from an insurance company looking for us to help them with their accounts payable processes. We want to use the $5,000 to really perfect and customize our software to get us to that step and possibly do our first paid pilot in Q1 of 2020. Here's a breakdown of the use of funds, and finally, a look at the team itself. Between Neil and myself, we have both the technical and operational experience to make Flowy a huge success. We are Flowy, and we are here to make automation easy. Thank you so much for your time today.